Dear students, see the next one from 11th standard, motion in a straight line chapter. Ncert exercise problem number 3.10. So this one Ncert exercise problem number 3.10. Okay. See the question. Actually, from this question, we have to learn about coordinate system as well as its polarity concept. What is that? Actually, coordinate system is nothing but x-axis, y-axis, like that. Okay. So in that coordinate system, what is it? Polarity is nothing but, for example, plus x-axis, minus x-axis, plus y-axis, minus y-axis, like that. So that kind of meaning we are going to explain. Okay. So see that. Then how we are going to approach that coordinate system by using the present situation. Okay. So shall we discuss the situation now? See the question. A player throw a ball upward with an initial speed of 29.4 meter per second. Okay. So the player, okay, he throw the ball in upward direction, okay, with a speed of 29.4 meter per second. So this is the given situation. Okay, so you know very well, if you observe directly, it is moving upward direction, that is plus y-axis. Okay, like that some meaning will come. So this is in a present situation. In this situation, they create 4 questions. Okay, shall we discuss one by one? Okay, let's see the first question. What is the direction of acceleration during the upward motion of the ball? During the upward motion of the ball, what is the acceleration? That is the first question. Actually, you know very well, here what is the direction of acceleration, the upward motion of the ball? Okay, the motion of the ball is upward direction. Okay, say for example, it is a ball, it is moving upward direction. So the motion of the ball upward direction. Okay, actually the motion of the ball upward direction, that is okay, but they are not asking that. What they are asking, what is the direction of acceleration? Okay, so let's see that. So what is the direction of acceleration during the upward motion of the ball? So when the ball is moving upward direction, we know that each and every second the gravity is acting in downward direction. Correct or not? Yes. So that gravity acceleration, we know very well from the lower standard itself we studied, that is 9.8 meter per second square. That is acceleration due to gravity. So acceleration due to gravity is constant. Acceleration due to gravity is constant. Not only that, it is always acting in downward direction. The object is moving upward direction, okay. Now the object is moving upward direction, but each and every second gravity acting in downward direction. Due to that action of gravity only, the ball become going to rest at the top position. Okay, so you know this question answer, the g value is nothing but acceleration. Okay, that is acceleration due to gravity is 9.8 meter per second square. It is a constant, as well as it is acting vertically downward direction. That is very important point. So now the first question is over. What are the velocity and acceleration of the ball at the highest point of its motion? Okay, so see that now I will throw the ball So after reaching this height, it will become back. It will return back. So when it is reaching the maximum height, what is the velocity of the ball? 0. Okay, because when the ball is moving upward direction, each and every moment the gravity is acting downward direction. So its velocity is become going to reduce, then finally 0. So at maximum height, the velocity of the ball is 0. So that means in this point, velocity of the ball is 0. Okay, not only that, now they are asking that acceleration also. But acceleration, acceleration is constant. Here also the same what is the G value 9.8 meter per second square. Here, everywhere here. Okay, so in the earth, that gravity value 9.8 meter per second square. If you move to height or to depth, the G value will be changed, but we are not discussing about that much level here. Okay, so in this situation, just you throw the ball. Okay, that's all. So in this situation, the G value considered as constant. That means acceleration is considered as constant. So G is constant and always acting downward, vertically downward. Okay, x is equal to 0 meter and t is equal to 0 second. That means it is in the origin. Okay, so here that time is 0 and then as well as the position also 0. So in this situation, choose x equal to 0 meter and t is equal to 0 second to the location and the time of the ball and its highest point, the vertically downward direction to be the positive direction of x-axis and give the sign of the position, velocity and acceleration of the body during its upward and downward direction. So during upward and downward direction, what is the position, velocity and acceleration sign asking? This is the question. Okay. First, without the graph, what is that? Just we find out. After that, that value combined with the graph. Okay. So please listen carefully. So nothing. Position is 0, time is 0. That is let's take as initial point. So from that initial point, if it is in upward direction, what about position, velocity, acceleration, sign? Okay. Or otherwise, if you leave the object, that means travel in a downward direction, what is the sign of position, velocity and acceleration? That is the question. Only sign as. Okay. Listen, the first for upward direction. So object will move in upward direction. So when we travel in upward direction, the position always positive. That is not negative. So the position. So see that now the object is moving upward direction. So the position covered by the object is, that is x is equal to positive. Okay, and then see the velocity. After reaching the maximum height, its velocity 0. So what is the meaning? So the velocity, that velocity is reducing. That means negative. Okay, so that is reducing, negative. And then acceleration. That acceleration is always acting downward direction. But now we consider our object moving upward direction. It is opposite to the gravity. So that acceleration, we can say that here, that negative. Okay, right. And then the next one, suppose that object moving in a downward direction. So actually this is like a object moving upward direction. This is object moving downward direction. Okay, when the object is moving downward direction, so you know very well that position always a positive, that is no change. And then that velocity is positive because it is moving towards the acceleration due to gravity. Already we discussed that Galileo, what is that, odd numbers. In that odd numbers, how the positions will be changed as well as the velocity will be changed. So like that. So that is also, it is a positive only. And the acceleration due to only compulsory positive because it is towards the direction of the gravity. Okay, so this is the idea without comparison of graph. So the same idea we are going to comparing with the graph now. Okay, see that one by one I again. So listen carefully. Okay, the first one, if you observe this diagram, it is upward direction, this is for downward direction. First upward direction, what is position? For upward direction, what is the position? Position is what? Positive, no problem. Okay, positive. Then the velocity, while moving upward direction going to reducing, so that is a negative. But this acceleration should be careful now, because now we are comparing with the graph. So generally acceleration while moving the upward direction, opposite to the gravity, correct or not? The object is moving upward direction, so opposite to the gravity. So already acceleration is the negative. So negative and negative become positive. Should be careful with this question. Now the object is moving upward direction, object acceleration moving upward direction, but it is opposite to the gravity. That is minus g. Opposite to the gravity, that is minus g. Okay. So for that only here, that acceleration of the ball also negative. Okay. So object is moving upward direction. So that is opposite to the gravity. So it is negative. Then already I mentioned, that acceleration of the ball. Okay. It is a negative. So the negative become the positive sign. Okay. And otherwise, I'll say that one more idea. See that if you observe this question, they said, see that the vertically downward direction to be positive direction of x-axis. This is taken as a positive. Okay. Now the object is moving. Upward direction. Okay. So upward direction, that acceleration is negative. Already this graph is represent is negative. So negative and negative become positive. I hope now you understand. Okay, the graph comparison, that is positive. Okay, then the downward motion, no issues, that is easy only. So the downward motion, the position is positive. Then velocity towards the gravity, so that is also positive. Then acceleration, that is in the positive side only. So it is a positive. Okay. To what height does the ball rise, and after how long does the ball return to the player's hand? Okay, so here the g value taken as 9.8 meter per second square, and then neglect the air resistance. Okay, listen, now we can throw the ball. So from the beginning itself, question we told initial velocity of the ball is, that is 29.4 meter per second. That is the initial velocity of the ball. So I will throw the ball now. Okay, it is moving upward direction. So its initial velocity is given as 29.4 meter per second. So after reaching that maximum height, the final velocity is 0. So what about height traveled? So first you must find the height. Okay. So we know the relationship between initial velocity and the final velocity, then height, from equations of motion, v squared equal to u squared plus 2as. V is the final velocity, let's take 0. U is initial velocity, some value is given, so I write u squared. Then acceleration, so we know this is moving upward direction, so acceleration is opposite to the gravity, so a is equal to minus g. Okay, now the u squared moving left side, minus u squared. So minus u squared minus 2gh, so minus is cancelled. Therefore h is equal to u squared divided by 2g. U squared is what? So you know very well, that is 29.4. So 29.4 into 29.4, that is a u squared. So 2 times I write. Then divided by 2 into g, that is 2 into 9.8. Okay. So I can write now here 9.8. 294 is 3 times. Okay, so now here it is 1 time. This is 14 point. This is 14.2. Okay, sorry, 14.7 will come. Okay, 7 plus 7 14. So the remaining 1. 14 28 plus 1 29. Okay, so 14.7 into 3. So 14.7 into 3, that is equal to 44.1 meter. So the height the height reached by the ball is 44.1 meter. Okay, right. So the first part is over. And the second one, now they are asking how long does the ball return to the player's hand? Return to the player's hand. So that the time of flight. So the time of flight means, okay, that ball flying time from the point of projection to, okay, from the point of projection to, and then end up the projection. Point of projection means what? Now we can throwing time. Throwing time is initially 0. Okay, I mean, yeah, initially 0. Now it is start to fly. The start to fly, it will reaching the maximum height. Then after that, again now it is flying in opposite direction. I mean, opposite to the initial, or the flying opposite to the gravity. Then after that, towards the gravity is flying. The finally to reach the ground. So this is time of flight. Okay. So generally, for understanding purpose telling, because about the time of flight we are going to discuss more in motion in a plane chapter. Okay. For understanding purpose now we say, for example, V is equal to U plus AG, U plus AT. Suppose now the object is moving upward direction, final velocity is 0. Okay, final velocity is 0, u is there, then minus gt because upward direction. So u is moving this side, so u is equal to minus gt, minus minus will be cancelled. Therefore t is equal to u by g. So this is the time factor for moving upward direction. Moving upward direction. So upward direction time and downward direction time should be equal. So u plus g plus u by g, that is 2u by g will come. Okay. So about this derivation I will discuss later in the next chapter. Okay. So now you should know generally the time of flight formula, t is equal to 2u divided by g. Okay. So now that means time of ascent and time of descent. So that total value time of flight. Okay, 2u divided by g. So 2 into u value already you know 29.4 divided by 9.8. So this is 1 time, this is 3 times. So 2 into 3, 6 seconds. So in 6 seconds it will reach the ground. Okay. So I hope you understand this question. Okay. Thank you.